Hello, my lovely friends. I'm wishing you a happy new year and I hope you have amazing holidays. I'm so happy to be here reunited with you, and I have something very special to share with you and exciting. And a bit scary for me, but it's only for me, myself. It's something new, something daring. And today, before I give you a hint of it, that's my little secret, I wanted to talk to you about shame. We all have it, and as a woman of 2 years, even like 2 years ago, I was back then 25-ish, 25. I did not understand emotions. I thought they were all bad. There was only bad emotions and good emotions. I didn't know nothing about them. And I do live in Ireland, English speaking country now, for the past 5 years. And I've been, since I started going to therapy and doing my inner work, I have been learning all the new words that represent different kinds and depths and aspects of emotions. There is so many. Now, today I'm going to talk to you about shame. Why I'm talking about shame? We all feel it. I was just talking to my friend today, and she said that she felt ashamed, that she had unsuccessful relationship that she ended last year, and I have been there. And lately I have been thinking about my past self 3 years ago when I had a big relationship breakup. My heart was aching, and I knew I made a good decision. I was in peace with it. I did a lot of crying, actually I cried a lot before I broke off that relationship with a man, and I had loads of doubts, and I've been going to therapy beforehand. And when I finally decided to let go, I knew I made a good decision. So I know you're here. And lately I really do. I met another new friend, and she is going through the same thing now. She just came out of the long-term relationship, and she's happy with making decision, choosing herself. She's full of courage. Even if she cannot see it, I can see it in her. And I was so moved by her. We had such it's new friendship, so we had such an open conversations, and I decided that I actually realized that she's actually looking out for me, and I decided that I want to be there for everybody who needs somebody to look up to. I've been through the relationship, as I said, 3 years ago. It was a lot. It was not just relationship, it was some things happen after it as well that did their number on me. Unexpected things that we cannot have control over, just life in general. And my other friend, she was talking about shame. She finally, we're hanging out 6 months now in a group container that I'm in with her. It's a huge group container mentorship. I have been talking about it in my few last videos in my YouTube channel, and if you were interested in or if even word mentor keeps showing up into your life, definitely go check it out. I recommend through the bottom of my heart my mentor. She's amazing, Mina Irfan, and I'm in her close proximity mentorship container, and I'm literally sitting on a mine of gold. And I knew at the moment I entered it, I just knew this was gold. And if I can help in any kind of little way anybody else here, I am more than welcome to do it. That's why I'm doing this. I already helped all of my friends and family members, just giving them a little insights and new ways of thinking about things. And it already that knowledge that I'm going through now 10x my life. So that girl that I'm in a group coaching container in, she was being very vulnerable, and she was talking about her past relationship, and she said one thing that stood out to me was the word shame. She was ashamed about it, about that, her past self, how she handled things, and now that she has totally new perspective when she's out of that relationship. Obviously she's looking from outside in, and we obviously understand a lot, we have different understanding of situations, and we as educated, driven women who we want to live our own best lives, and we want to do better than our parents did. We want to have more success in our marriages, more love, more money. We're driven, and leaving the long-term relationship, it just confirms that we're on the right path. And from any kind of interaction, I'm a strong believer, and I will stand beside us until the day I die. From any kind of interaction or decision we make in that's past decision, that for at the first sight it doesn't seem like the best decision, but you can always learn from it. And I think that there's no bad decisions. You cannot ever make a mistake. I did few I thought I made a few mistakes, but they always bring me back to my own path, to my own life, I always strive to live my life the best I can, to help the most people, be the happy, feel the most loved I can, and it's always work in progress. So let's tackle shame today. This is actually very interesting. I already told you that I knew almost nothing, close to nothing about emotions. I had a fear of emotions. So I attached fear, emotional fear to emotion. So I had to, there is a name in psychology for that. I cannot remember it now to save my life, but one of the big contributors to my knowledge is Brene Brown. And this is one of her books, Atlas of the Heart. She's a researcher, and I think she's researching now for over 20 years. She's working on researching all kinds of emotions, what it is means. And this is literally, how to say it, encyclopedia of, I think that's how you say it in English, you know what I mean, of all the emotions in humans. Most of them. I think there's over 300 of them. So this is most common ones. And the shame is a big one. We all have it. The thing with the shame is, for example, if you're ashamed of your the way you communicated to your ex-partner, and that you maybe stayed longer than you should in your past relationship, if you're ashamed of it, if you thought, why I wasn't courageous sooner, why I didn't have as much courage to leave the relationship 3 months in, or even like 6 months into the relationship when I knew that something was not right, and instead I stayed another year, 2, 4, or 5, or 7. Or for my parents, they were married for over 10 years. How many years? 18 years married. So I get it. My past relationship, I was a year in. Thank God. I listened to myself, and I listened to my inner wisdom, my inner knowing. But I know how it is if you try to suppress your inner intuition, inner wisdom, that voice that always wants you, always want the best for you, but we as a woman, we have tendency to just kind of like shush it out, kind of like, shh, no, I want to be normal, I want to have this relationship, I want to get married by this year and have children by this year because somebody in my past said so, and everybody else around me is getting married, and the last thing I want to do is leave this relationship. And then what happens a few years after, a few months after? I know. That's why I'm inviting you now to my Valentine's Day party from all single ladies. all ladies that had courage to say no to the ex-partners, and say yes to yourself. I know you said yes to the life you want to live. I know you said no to the emotions you don't want to feel. You want to be loved. You want to be cherished. You want to live the best life you can. Because we only have God knows how many years left on this planet, and we all want to live it the best we can. You're that kind of person, same as me, and you're invited now to our love party. Even if you have a partner, you're very welcome to be invited. I'm going to talk about emotions. I'm going to talk about our intuition, about our courage is a big, big one. We all have courage, especially if you left a long-term relationship lately. You still have, that's the big, big sign of courage inside of you. That's the biggest step you can do for yourself. And I congratulate you now. Good job. You have courage, and I'm going to invoke it in you. The people who know me in my personal life, since a young age, I remember I was part of kids' friends group. There's boys and girls. There's more boys than girls. And I remember one day, after years of me hanging out with them, one day, Nicola, one of the boys, he came up to me. He's like, I really admire you. I was like, oh, really? Because I always, growing up, I always felt like outsider. And he was like, I really admire you. I was like, oh, okay, why? He's like, you always do the things that only boys want to do. You always jump off the high things, and you always try everything we're trying. You just do it with no fear. And I'm like, yes, that was something that I remember till now. And that actually goes like through my whole life. People were just telling me that I'm so courageous and brave to moving to a new country, or traveling by myself to the other side of the world, or becoming a first vegetarian in my family. They all thought I would die for the first year of being vegetarian back in Serbia. Organizing my first protest. So I would love to talk to you. You're more than welcome to join us on February 14th. Valentine's Day. If you're not invited to anything, if you don't have plans, you have it now. You're always welcome to my table. I'm more than happy to have you. We'll be talking a lot. I want to connect with you. I want to hear you. I wanted you to feel like you still have somebody to spend Valentine's Day with. Even this is your first Valentine's Day without a partner in a long time. You're welcome at my table. I'll be here with you. We'll talk. We'll literally be besties. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to learn more about you. I cannot wait to share with you some of the knowledges I've been collecting for past forever. Let's say past 5 years. About psychology and human brain, and courage and shame. But today we're going to tackle the shame, finally. I love talking to you guys. I just can't wait. I do feel a little bit of fear. I never did any live event, but I believe it's gonna be perfect. So please, if this is calling for you, please, there is link down below for my email list, and you can just subscribe and I'll keep you posted. Can't wait. What I was thinking is probably the easiest way for me to do this is just make YouTube, what was it called? To join a YouTube channel. And then we'll have the live on the 14th. I'm so excited. If you have any, if you want me to talk about anything specifically, you can always email me. When you subscribe to my email list, you'll get access to my email address. So shame, we all feel it, especially if we leave the more usual path that most of the people on this planet do, which is go to school, go to college, find somebody, date them, get engaged and get married by the age of 30 and then have children, house, la la la. We all know. I am actually like, since I was little, I was allergic to any kind of rules. So I knew like those rules could never apply to me. But still, I feel shame. I must admit, I'm the first one to admit it. All of my friends, college friends from Serbia, the first college I finished for graphic design, they all like, there was 4 of us girls, and now I'm the only single one. One of them is married and have a child, and 2 of them are engaged. And when my 3rd friend got engaged a few weeks ago, it was not easy. And I knew that this was probably going to be my path, a bit unorthodox. And I knew this in my heart, but it was still not easy. Especially, I cannot imagine it for you. What do you feel if you really do want to get married by a certain age, and you imagine yourself the way, you imagine your life the certain way, by stages, as most of the people do. I can feel the heaviness onto you. I can feel it because I had friends that would like to follow the traditional step-by-step rules of living, and I know how heavy that can be. So hopefully today, this little knowledge inside of a shame can help you. Shame. So I had a few notes from this book. I got my notes here, and my handwriting was not good. I wanted to talk to you so bad that I was like hurrying so much to put it all down. Okay, we'll just have to take it from the book because I read this chapter multiple times, and this book is so lovely. If you want to have this book, like, this is like hardcover, it's so beautiful, guys, like, and the knowledge is like, she collected this knowledge for 2 decades. So this is priceless, and it's gonna last you for so long, and it will be such a lovely part of your library. I swear to God, I don't know her. I'm just obsessed with her work and the illustrations in it. Like, look at this illustrations, and then she have like big writings in it. It's so beautiful. Like, as I said, I studied graphic design, and I enjoy designing the books the most, and this is such a beautiful book. I don't know if you're a bookworm, but I am. I love good books. So shame is consistent of 3 components: judgment, secrecy, and silence. Judging yourself in silence and secrecy, that's basically what shame is. Feeling like something you did in the past, this happens to me very often. Like, I cringe at some past things they said to people. I just have random memory pop up of me saying some unorthodox thing to one person in not right time and space, or doing something silly, and then I'll be like, oh no, that's cringe moment. That's shame as well. It can be in different levels, different volumes, and it's actually what it compounds inside of you. Same as the way you can compound your courage, what I will be teaching you, talking about on Valentine's Day. You can compound more like unwanted emotions. I don't want to say negative, but unwanted emotions. So how to cure shame? Talking about it. And it can be very tough, because we all get into our heads of, oh, I did something I shouldn't do, or I feel shamed for staying in that relationship for so long, or staying in an abusive relationship, and I should know better. I should know better from past experiences. This shouldn't happen to me 2nd, 3rd, 4th time, and I tolerated it. That is shame. And if you keep having those little voices in your head who keep repeating the things that you should be ashamed of, they are those voices. They all have good they all want to help you out. And as the evolution, those little voices inside of inside of our head helped us stay protected, helped us be still part of the community. Because in our hunter-gatherer days, as I learned from my mentor Mina, you can only survive if you're in a community of 30, 40, 50 people maximum. And then men would go out hunting, women would do their own part scattering, but human beings wouldn't be able to survive in wilderness of nature without one another. So staying the part of that community was very important. For thousands and thousands of years, it was literally our way of to survive in this world. And it takes 30,000 years for a genome to evolve. We can obviously evolve it if we are conscious human beings. We can evolve it more quickly, but most of the people don't know. I'm realizing don't have this knowledge I have about limiting beliefs, their inner voices, behaviors, and manifestation. So don't be hard on yourself. Those voices, we all have it, and they only want to do the best they can, but obviously we have to release some of them to live more happier life. And when you want to release the shame, you have to talk about it. And I know that voice inside of your head says, if you say it to somebody else, you'll look stupid, or they're gonna think you're just not clever, or you're not deserving of love. You're gonna confirm that you're not deserving of love, and they're gonna make fun of you, and they're not gonna love you and not gonna trust you. Those are old voices. Shame is only to be released through communication. Now, you can do this clever way. You can still be aware of your voices and decide to be courageous to expose the shame. But what you can do is find a person to talk to. You cannot just talk to anybody about your shame. Shame is cured with empathy. There is also the 4 elements of shame: resilience. First one is recognizing shame and understanding its triggers. So recognizing patterns. What are you mostly ashamed of? If your thing is at the moment that you stayed in a relationship much longer than you wanted to, for you it's just recognizing, maybe even journal on it. For me, it helps to put it outside of my head, to put it on paper. Recognizing what it is, and then when it shows up. I just realized a few weeks ago that I don't have the best relationship with money now. I used to be very angry at money for not being available in my younger life. And I would feel, especially in a scarcity mindset, like there's never enough money. I would have those thoughts when I would be hungry. So it was connected. Me feeling hungry evoked feeling of not having resources, food, but also not having money as well. And then I would look at my bank account, and then I would look what everything is wrong with it. And I have that debt here, and I don't have enough money for this and that and that. And then I will spiral. Before you spiral when you're inside of your head, you can catch your thoughts. It is a process, especially if you never did it before. But you'll start noticing it now that you listen to this video, you know this knowledge, every new information piece to the puzzle that comes your way. You're kind of like a little salt, like a little grain of salt that like brings you closer to your awakeness of your mind and soul and spirit. So first one is, as we said, recognizing shame and understanding its triggers. Now that I know that of me being hungry hungry. I am hungry as well. Connected to like not having enough resources and money. It's literally connected to money. Now I know whenever I'm getting hungry, I'm like, be ready, you're gonna kick in, and you can just club that bitch down. They're just voices in your head. They're not your true self. So second step is practicing critical awareness, is clapping that bitch down. Oh god. Hopefully I'll still have my YouTube video not tagged. Being aware and being able to just, when those thoughts show up, just critically think. Oh, I have so many good little questions to ask yourself and skill sets that I would love to share it with you, and I maybe will share it on the 14th or in some further videos, so be tuned. Third one is reaching out. As we said, shame can be cured through connection. Connection is actually antidote for shame, but reaching out to a person with empathy. So speaking about it is the fourth stage. Good and seen by the other person. It doesn't matter what they say, if they just listen to you with open heart, that's all you need to just open the door to shame, and it will just walk out. Shame only exists if you keep it in. If you don't let it, if you try to even hide it, that's even worse. If somebody asks you about things, it's better to say it openly, and then trust me, once when you say it out loud, it's gonna not like loosen its grip on you, it's gonna disappear forever. I tried it. I know. So there we go. Shame. There was a podcast with Brene Brown. Was it Brene Brown? I love to listen. I used to like listening in last year, Girls Gotta Eat, and I think it's one of their podcasts. I tried to link it. The woman was, was it Brene Brown? Or she was a psychologist. She was literally explaining step by step how to listen and how to be empathic, especially like how to conquer shame. Yeah, she was talking about shame. I'll try to find it and I'll put that link down below as well. I'm not their affiliate or anything. I just love that episode. I think I listened to it like 2 or 3 times on repeat because I wanted to be able to listen to people and be empathic and help them release their shame. So hopefully you already have a person in your mind to talk about shame. I know it can be hard, but it's even worse. Trust me, it will cost you more to keep it in and let it, let it take over your life. There's the word for it. I already told you about the word, but I forgot. It's one of those days. So, the thing to do, you already know your shame. You've been thinking about it through all of this video, and maybe that was the reason you clicked on this video. And write down on a piece of paper persons who you can talk to, who you have deep conversations with, and then choose one that you think is the best fit. And trust me, people will surprise you. When you open your heart to people, they will you will get surprised, because we're all people, we're all human, we all go through the same things, all of us. This was my big realization. We all feel the same emotions. We all feel some kind of shame in one way or another. And it's, if you open to a person who has their open heart, or not all the time, who you know that has a good loving heart, they will be, trust me, they will be able to relate to you, and they will show empathy, because 100 times out of 10 they're feeling the same way. Maybe not for the same situation, but similar, especially if you have some friends your own age, that we all go through, most of us go through bad relationships, and we all understand one another, we all connected. I feel the sister. I get it. And cure your shame. I gave you an antidote. There you go. It's on you to use it and change your freaking life. Like, let it all out, sister. Like, you don't have to be in a cage. And like, who put you in a cage? Your own thoughts, that you can just clap them down. Like, there's a way. There's a way. Trust me. There is a way. I wish I will see you in our Valentine's Day party, where we talk, where we all feel seen and loved, and we all get our own seats at our own tables. And I really truly hope that you give yourself 3 flowers, a whole bouquet, and chocolates and wine for Valentine's Day. It doesn't have to come from the man. It's amazing if it comes from a man. We all want that, but it's even more amazing if it comes from yourself. Actually, last Valentine's Day, my mom gave me, what did she give me? She gave me I'm gonna show it to you. It's so cute. One second. I love my mom. We have our differences, but I think she gave me chocolate of a man in his boxers, naked man, muscular man in his boxers, and she gave me this. It's the tissues. I use these tissues like when I cry, when I'm sick, but it says, be your own hero. So I'm just gonna cry from joy now. Love doesn't just come from a man. Love can come from all different kinds of ways, and it's time for you to first start it from yourself. I went on my love journey with myself 3 years ago when I got out of a bad relationship, and now I get presents from my parents, both of my parents, which was not very usual. Even like 2 years ago. My dad sent me I'm gonna cry. My dad sent me a huge bouquet of flowers on my birthday. He doesn't live in Ireland, he lives in Serbia. And he figured a way to send me flowers. My mom's giving me Valentine's gifts. It was Wonder Woman. It's so cool. So love comes from all kinds of different ways. But you first have to give it to yourself to be able to multiply it in outside of yourself and receive it as well. So yeah, I'm giving you so much love. I'm giving you so much love. And I hope I see you on our Valentine's Day party. Cheers.